We are at one of the stalls at the Global Investors Meet 2025 here in Bengaluru called Ethan All Terrain, and here we have a display of two off-roaders. As you can see, this is Ashwa 6x6 which has three wheels, all powered, and it is a pure off-roader. You can see the steering and the other shafts there. Likewise, there is another model kept on display, which is Ashwa 4x4, which is also an off-roader here. So these two are there on display at the Athon all-terrain stall here at the Invest Karnataka 2025. So joining me is the CEO of this Athon firm, Mr. Harshit Modi. Nice talking to you. So tell us about more about the specification of this vehicle, like in layman terms, like how does this run on, which fuel does this run on, and what are the unique selling point of this? Yeah.
So this vehicle, both the vehicle that you are looking at, those both are running on the petrol powered engine. So we got V-twin 1000cc. In Ashwa 4x4 we have 71 horsepower and 85 horsepower configuration, while on Ashwa 6x6 we have 85 horsepower engine. So yeah, since the product that we have displayed over here are completely made in India, and we promote Atmanirbhar Bharat, and
we're now being joined by Toshihiro Mizutani, Director General of JETRO in Bangalore at the Invest Karnataka Summit. Thank you for speaking with us, sir. How's your experience been so far at Invest Karnataka?
Yeah, actually, this is the first time to set up Japan Pavilion. Yeah, it's very exciting. And today, afternoon time, we have a Japan session. We introducing 3 Japanese manufacturing R&D sector. So we are also very excited.
Are you seeing a huge interest from Japanese companies who want to come and manufacture in India and invest in India?
Yeah, of course, like Toyota or Honda, those true four-wheeler or two-wheeler, those manufacturing sector is coming to here in Bangalore. So other related company, especially manufacturing sector, is rushing to India right now.
Okay. And is that a trend that you've seen over the last few years in particular?
Yeah, after post-COVID, especially within these 2 to 3 years, this trend is really happening very quickly.
As far as, of course, now Karnataka is concerned, what makes it a good destination, according to you, for investment and manufacturing?
Yeah, Bengaluru is a very innovation hub. So many IT engineer is very, very excellent talent. So this is the most competitive point for Japanese company. Many intelligent people here.
Are we expecting more Japanese companies over the next couple of days?
Yes, of course, sure. Yes, many more Japanese manufacturing company will come to Bangalore area.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Journalist Venkatesh Perumal, Uday Pratap Singh in Bengaluru for NewsX. Well, we're at Invest Karnataka 2025, and of course the stall area, and what is of course stood out today is this very interesting looking aerial vehicle that is striving to be the world's most economical air taxi. It's been manufactured, it's going to be manufactured by Sarla Aviation. This is the prototype that you can see over here, and it's very striking. And now let's quickly go across to the Indo-German pairing, the co-founders of this venture, Sarla Aviation, Adrian and Rakesh. Welcome, both of you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us about how this collaboration happened between India and Germany on this, economical air taxi.
So the collaboration India-Germany happened because Rakesh and I used to work together in Germany for multiple companies, mostly in the automotive space, but then also in the electric aviation space. So we have worked on air taxis before. But I do want to say that this is a purely indigenous company. We are 100% in India. We are headquartered in Bengaluru. We have our headquarters in Indranagar, in fact, and we're proud to be from Karnataka.
What's been the response like for this prototype that you're showing?
Oh, it's quite incredible what people are thinking, like how it going to decongest the space. Basically, right now, if you see, we're spending almost 150 minutes. If you take a premium ride-hailing service from airport to electronic city, whereas if this can do it in 20 minutes, so the kind of impression we are getting is this need of the time right now, basically.
Absolutely. Also, just talking to you about the manufacturing. When do you hope to get into the manufacturing phase from your prototype phase? And will that also happen in Karnataka?
Okay, so what you see behind of me is a prototype. In next May, around that, we start testing another bird that we are building simultaneously. And by 2028 is where Aiden is planning to commercialize this entire fleet, basically.
The manufacture will happen in Karnataka?
Yeah, everything in Karnataka. We aim to be a 100% Karnataka company, basically.
How has been your experience like in India and in Karnataka?
I mean, incredible. I live here. We moved here in June and July 2023. I felt immediately home when we moved to Bengaluru. I'm very happy to be here.
Nice weather.
Yeah, I mean, I'm proud to build in India and specifically in Karnataka right now. I think the energy that is here, you go to any coffee shop in the city, there are so many companies being built. The future is being built in India right now, so I'm proud to be part of that.
Thank you for speaking with us. Video journalist Venkatesh Perumal, Uday Pratap Singh in Bengaluru for NewsX. We're at Invest Karnataka 2025 summit here in Bengaluru, and just after his very interesting and riveting session, we're speaking with the former Deputy Chairman, Planning Commission of India and economist Montek Singh Ahluwalia. Thank you for speaking with us, sir. And how has your experience at Invest Karnataka been so far?
Very good. I mean, I've attended 1 or 2 sessions. I always enjoy coming back to Bangalore because I like the city. So it's been very good.
As far as, of course, now, the push for investment, global investment that has transpired over the last 24 hours in the inauguration, we saw several MOUs signed, also will be happening over the next 48 hours here. How do you see this push really taking the Karnataka growth story?
Well, I'm glad that the government has organized an Invest Karnataka event because, quite frankly, it's well known that Karnataka and especially Bangalore would generally be regarded as one of the areas in India where if somebody is positive about India, that's a bigger issue. This would be one of the first places they would look at. There are a few others also. I mean, you're in a competition with Telangana, with Tamil Nadu and so on. And in Maharashtra, parts of Maharashtra, Gujarat and so on. So I wish you all luck and persuading people, but you have a huge advantage because the presence of a large number of significant international investors in Bangalore is well known, and I think it's good that you're making this push because I think the world's changing and we need much greater integration with established international companies that can bring both money and technology to India.
Do you believe the core sector, growth areas here in Karnataka continue to remain tech? Also, we're seeing a big push for AI and energy at this summit as well.
Well, I think all of those are important. I don't know whether they are limited. These must be the sectors that are relevant, for example, for foreign investment. I mean, Karnataka could make a big push in food processing. I mean, your wine growing industry is doing very well. But that's not what you're focusing for foreign investors. So these other sectors are the ones where you're looking for foreign investment. I think they're the right ones. The whole electrification of vehicles creates an incredible demand for all kinds of supporting products for which Karnataka would be very well placed also. But certainly renewable energy, electrification, anything to do with green energy and AI and its applications are areas where Karnataka would legitimately claim to be one of the places that any investor should look at. I don't mean just foreign investors, even domestic investors.
We saw, of course, at the inaugurations, the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh being present as well, and Union Minister Pralhad Joshi. Interestingly, both of them are from the BJP. They were on stage with the Chief Minister and Deputy CM of Karnataka and Cabinet Ministers who are from the Congress. And in fact, Rajnath Singh made the point here that it's good to have this, this bipartisan push for development of India. Do you believe that that is something that is a good sign?
Well, I agree with him completely because, it's very important for foreign investors to recognize one of the strengths of India is that we are a democracy. And a democracy means there are multiple parties. There will be an internal political differences, that's fine. But I think they must recognize that all reasonable parties subscribe to a general policy framework so that if you invest in India and the government changes at some point, that all policies will not change. I mean, if you create an environment where that expectation is there, then you can forget about foreign investment or indeed any investment. I mean, all investors want to be a little separate from the politics, compliment you on being a democracy, being a vibrant democracy, but essentially say, look, these are the policies that we've come in for, and just because a government changes, this shouldn't change suddenly. And that's very important, I think.
Final question to you. Your session also was titled on, global uncertainty, instability, all of that. Do you believe the India growth story is going to stay resilient despite this global uncertainty and, challenges that your session also referred to?
Well, I'd put it this way. We are less integrated with the global economy than we should be or than many others are. So to the extent to which global uncertainty will impact countries that are most integrated, it'll impact us less, okay? On the other hand, some of the uncertainty that has been created, if you like, leads to a desire to shift investment away from China. That provides us with an opportunity because we may not be in technology terms at the same level as China, but for all the investments that people are talking about, India has gained the reputation that it has the capacity to service those investments. So if people want to move the supply chains a little bit away, I don't think they're going to abandon China, by the way, but they do want diversification. They're not happy with being totally dependent on China. India would be best positioned in terms of scale to step in. So that is an opportunity. But to do that, to benefit from that opportunity, we must be very clear that our trade policies remain open, that we welcome foreign investment, we reassure foreign investors, and that our customs duties are brought in line with the rest of the world. That's why I'm a great supporter of the idea of moving in with FTAs of different kinds. I mean, our traditional policy earlier used to be that we will do it multilaterally. But I'm afraid the rest of the world has just given up on multilateral trade negotiations. So we better recognize that the only game in town is free trade agreements. I believe we are negotiating with the EU, we are negotiating with UK. That will involve some give and take. But I hope that those will come to a successful conclusion. They have an incentive also of tying up with India because they are kind of a little bit at a loss what their status is in the world. I personally have often said I've regretted the fact that we walked out of the RCEP because that would have given us a tremendous positioning in East Asia. Whatever the reason, whether it was lobbying by Indian industry that we can't compete with China, which I think is a mistake. I think we could, for example, join this comprehensive trade partnership, which is anchored by Japan. It does involve accepting certain higher standards other than tariffs. I think we should move to that. Look, on the one hand, we have this ambition that we are going to become Viksit Bharat. It's about time we recognize that we'll accept international standards. If other developing countries have joined and they can meet those standards, why can't we?
Thank you very much for speaking with us, sir.
Thank you.
With journalist Venkatesh Perumal Uday Pratap Singh in Bengaluru for NewsX. Who joining us at Invest Karnataka 2025, economist Salman Soz. He, of course, was moderating a key session at the summit. Salman Soz, how's your experience been at Invest Karnataka? And thank you for speaking with us once again.
It's really good. I think it's a testament to Karnataka's, in some ways, resilience. Having been, having seen the state now after many years, I've seen a lot of changes in Bengaluru. Of course, Bengaluru is the powerhouse for this state, but it is also a powerhouse for this country. So I think that is something to keep in mind. But what what I would like to see more is for Bengaluru to actually help the rest of Karnataka get to its potential. I think there are lots of opportunities for that, and I think this kind of an investor summit, when you bring in investors, this is not only about Bengaluru. This is a summit for the entire state, for the country actually. So I'm very encouraged. I hope that the private sector players who are here in tech and AI, etc., I think they can find ways in which they can benefit from the entire Karnataka story.
It's a global investors meet, of course, so there are delegates and, other corporates who've come in from across the world to pledge investment in Karnataka. As you're saying, that needs to move to other districts of the state apart from just Bengaluru. Are you hopeful that will happen? Also, are you bullish about, the kind of growth model for Karnataka going ahead?
Look, everybody is looking for investment opportunities. The world is in a bit of an uncertain stage right now, so everybody's looking for good opportunities. I think if the government of Karnataka, if it comes up with the kinds of policies that facilitate a very stable way for investors to do their work for the long term, create a kind of a partnership for the long term, I think the entire state is going to benefit. I think that is the important thing, that we need investors. We need investors who have the know-how, who can then come in and feel safe, feel comfortable, feel that there's certainty, feel confident. If the leadership of Karnataka, if the policymakers of Karnataka can make that happen, I see Karnataka becoming a major source of strength for India.
Thank you very much for speaking with us. Video journalist Venkatesh Uday Pratap Singh in Bengaluru for NewsX.
Well, would you also encourage other people from Brazil to come and manufacture in Karnataka?
Yes, of course. Talk to some of our friends in Brazil about all the opportunities that we found in this area, and for sure, many other Brazilian companies will be interested in the future to come to this state.
Thank you very much, both of you, and wishing you all the best for this year.
Thank you.
Well, our coverage at Invest Karnataka 2025 continues right here on NewsX, and if you're wondering how those packets there of chips and biscuits and namkeen can turn into this, well, which can be used for buildings, communities, cold storages and road barriers, well, we are going to tell you how, because joining us are the co-founders of UI, Paul, Sushma and Praveen, and they of course have come up with UI, something unique, something intelligence, which is why they've named it UI Unique Intelligence, and they're going to tell us how this actually works. So why doesn't my video journalist show you that and you explain us what's the process?
Bring you to the top.
Paul.
Yeah. So these are the packages which are made of multi-layer laminated plastic layers. So these packages do not get recycled because there are multiple materials in that. So that material is shredded and made into thermal sheets. These sheets are then converted into a structurally integrated panel. So with this structurally integrated panel, we are building walls of houses. So if you look, if the camera can focus here on the bricks, that will help. So the construction of the buildings in olden times was with mud bricks. It graduated into this red cooked oven cooked bricks, went to this cement or a concrete block ones, and now we are saying you could shift off into panels, construction panels which are constructed by us using plastic waste.
Now you can tell us, of course, about, so from this, how does it turn to this?
So
at the same thing.
What we have shown here is that how a panel, once a wall is made, the entire building can be dismantled and made into another building back again. And that's why this is a completely circular product. Building a large building, communities out of this will basically bring the end to construction waste.
Recycling, of course, waste. You're obviously looking to eliminate waste and use that for construction. How's the response been? Is it in the market?
Yes, it's in the market. We are still early. Currently, we're getting a lot of interest from people who are green conscious. They seem to be the people who are the early adopters of the technology. We look forward to work with them first, finish our first phase, and then we are hoping that the other contractors and architects and builders will come forward.
Why don't you explain us this?
This simply shows where we are now with the MLP plastic waste, which is ending up in the ocean.
Rivers and in our country, like we've seen the issue of air pollution earlier. Now water pollution is also being talked about in Delhi recently in the elections as well.
Correct. And dust pollution with construction. So this eliminates all of that. Firstly, we're using recycled material, which are currently not being recycled. That's why it's ending up in oceans. Our future is showing that it's a waterproof material. Why don't we use it for construction instead? And that saves everything.
This is an example of how it finally turns out over here. And this is headquartered out of Karnataka, is that correct? So you're headquartered out of Bengaluru.
Yes, it's headquartered out of Bangalore. This is an example of how a panel comes together. It's modular. It's a product that then comes and then just gets fastened together. So the entire house is put together just like an aircraft is put together, how you have fasteners. So this is not glued like the way you use cement and use a powder to make a home, whereas this is now fastened. So because of which it's earthquake resistant. So if the ground shakes, you don't have pieces.
How is the response been at Invest Karnataka 2025?
It's been excellent. A lot of people who have plans to build something, they have come here, they found the materials. Some of the investors also came in. They wanted to know what are the terms of investment that we would be interested in. And they were amazed because this is something which has never been seen anywhere else in the world.
So how long back did you found this?
About 2.5 years back, we formed our company.
Interesting, ventures, of course, being seen here at Invest Karnataka. We'll continue this coverage for now, though. Thank you all very much and wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
With journalist Venkatesh Uday Pratap Singh in Bengaluru for NewsX. Well, we are at Invest Karnataka 2025 and now joining us, in fact, is Chairman of the Karnataka State Bioenergy Development Board, S.E. Sudhendra. Welcome. Thank you very much for being with us today, sir. How has been the response to your booth at the Invest Karnataka?
First of all, I welcome you people. That's more important that you are here today. This booth, whatever you call as a booth now, is giving the people, many people are not aware about this. And this is the future. The bioenergy is the future. Biodiesel is the future. If you see in the future where diesel is getting low, then immediately we act on that. And today also, if the grade of B100 is there, you can utilize this diesel directly to the vehicles. It can be used directly to the vehicles. Already, we have got some plants at Belgaum also, there where biogas is operating. My friend yesterday, I met our MLA, Prakash Kolivada. He has got a good place there. He was explaining me that please visit my place. So I'm very happy about my board, whereas this is of compressed biogas also. Most important. Waste into energy also. Waste into gas also.
Because we are seeing a big focus on energy apart from tech and AI at this summit.
Yes. Main important thing is, yesterday I even requested Honorable Chief Minister also regarding this bioenergy of biogas. He was very positive about that and he told me, please see that this awareness should be given to everybody, not only of our fraternity, the others also. So tomorrow, as per this one is there, biodiesel will be the main thing for operation also. This is, see, you should see this Pongamiya, this seeds, this will be converted into biodiesel. So you can see neem, this in Kannada it's called Bevu. So this is also used for the same purpose, and you can see neem biodiesel. This is the biodiesel. Once it's converted, and in this, the quality should be B100. If we want to use it to the vehicles, that too directly, not blending. It's directly used for the vehicles directly. Where already my MD's vehicle is now on biodiesel only. We are running on biodiesel. So when we are trying that, we want to implement this throughout Karnataka as a biodiesel pumps also. We are working out on that. In the future, I believe within 1-2 months, we'll be having a proper discussion with the food and civil supplies who are operating biodiesel and ethanol also. So we are asking them to give it to us where
I can do wonderful job there on biodiesel sector.
Thank you so much. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Futuristic outlook, of course, of the board here with your journalist Venkatesh Uday Pratap Singh in Bengaluru for NewsX. Well, joining us now is Murli Krishna Gunturu, co-founder of Inflexa Ventures at Invest Karnataka 2025. Thank you for speaking with us. How has the, your experience at Invest Karnataka been, and in particular at the Venturize Challenge?
No, it was very insightful. The panel has been very insightful. Obviously, Arjun, I've known for him for a long time. Yeah, it's been a good experience, right? And nice to see so many budding entrepreneurs here, right? And there were a lot of people also listening to our panel, so it was good, I think. Yeah.
You personally, and of course your group, what sort of sector do you particularly invest in? Which region as well are you bullish about?
Right. So we invest in technology startups. So we focus on IP innovation, right? And what, like I said, inside, we look at companies which build a unique value proposition into their product, right? So that technology moat is a very important theme for us in whatever startup that we invest in.
Makes you confident about their growth story and India's growth story, Karnataka's growth story, particularly in the field of tech?
So Karnataka has been at the forefront of innovation, right? So IISc is one of the best campuses across India, right? So they have always generated very, very interesting and technologically heavy startups. So that's one of the places, but among the many places that Karnataka has, right, which supports entrepreneurs. And Karnataka government as such has a very supportive policy for startups, right? So that's one reason why we are very bullish. And we've been investing for the past 10 years. And out of portfolio of about 26 companies, about 18 companies are from Karnataka, right? So that also speaks volumes about what we see from here, right? And one thing we believe as a fund is obviously India is now Indian folk and Indian sort of students or the Indian people are becoming more ambitious. They want to prove to the world what we can do as technologists, right? And there have been enough evidence in the past 10 years to sort of back that fact up, and I think we are just beginning to see the Indian sort of technology wave, right? So that's my thought process.
Final question to you then. You're looked at here as, of course, a mentor as well on a platform like this. What advice have you given, do you give to the young listening to you?
One is obviously, I think one of the advice, there can be many things that I can say, but I think when you're starting off, it's very important to sort of be frugal. Whatever money you can raise, try to sort of get the bang for the buck, right? Whatever you're spending has to result in 10x ROI, 20x ROI, initially at least, right? That's one thing, and obviously there'll be ups and downs, but keep at it, right? Grit, I think, is one of the most important trait a founder should have, right? Never lose hope. If you have sort of stumbled on a problem that you think has to be solved, I mean, don't give up until you are very clear that, that's one. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Journalist Venkatesh Uday Pratap Singh in Bengaluru for NewsX.